Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the NFX podcast. We got myself, Kyle. We got Malik to the right.
And we got Mason.
We got Mason producing. We're going to be hitting some topics, especially talking about some NFL free agency later on. We're going to be talking about some of those franchise tags, some of the potential pickups for maybe the Giants. I don't know, Malik. I don't know what we're looking at with that. We're gonna talk about it soon.
We'll see.
But first off, shout out to another Long Island champion MMA fighter. He didn't do it the way he wanted to, but Aljamain Sterling also represents SUNY Cortland, baby.
Uniondale.
Yep, we got the Long Island chip again. The last two guys, well, Chris Weidman, of course, out of Baldwin, was the last UFC guy, and he was taking the spotlight after defeating one of the best at the time, Anderson Silva.
He's from Baldwin, right?
Yep, Baldwin. Yep,
yeah.
And then Matt Serra, who trains everybody from Long Island now. Yeah. He was a champion back in the day, but we have a new one, Aljamain Sterling. I had the pleasure of meeting him one time.
Bro.
Yeah, I was a bus person, busting my ass, running up and down stairs, trying to get like dishes and everything clean. And I was talking to one of the owners at this restaurant, and I just looked to my right, and Aljamain Sterling's just like standing there with his ID out. I'm like, bro, put your ID away, man.
I'm weak.
He doesn't know how much clout he has in the Long Island community in New York.
That's funny because I was working at this one job, and Tobias Harris came.
Oh, okay.
And they was like, oh, well, you have to wait. I was like, this is Tobias Harris. Wait.
Long Island's starting to pump out some talent, and we're getting champions, and they're getting recognized. But, he did not want to win the way he wanted to win. He knows it, and it's clear. Like, if you go to Aljo's social media right now, he keeps on, like, answering these trolls. And I'm like, bro, you got to stop answering these trolls.
It's funny.
I think Daniel Cormier said something to him. Obviously, the legend of Daniel Cormier. He was telling him, like, listen, you don't got to answer these guys, bro. They have nothing to do with you as in your career.
It's funny answering trolls, though.
But he's not doing it in a funny way. It's more like personal, and it's like, come on, you don't gotta listen to these guys. Facts. You feel me? You don't gotta. But I'm not obviously I'm not a UFC champion of the world, so
yeah.
But I can't imagine he didn't want to win that way. He got kneed in the head, and there was a Bleacher Report article in 2013 saying that you cannot knee somebody in the head when they have 3 points of contact on the ground because it's just wrong.
Yeah.
It's ruthless and it's illegal. And that was in 2013.
Facts.
And I was like, yo, this is 2021. You yourself are a champion of the sport. You got to know not to do that. But they did say that there was corner speculation that the corner was telling him to kick him.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I know. It's iffy. It's iffy. And
a win is a win.
A win is a win, but man,
yeah,
it's not the same.
I know what he means, though.
It's not the same. He took the belt off after he won. He took it off, but he knows, and he's gonna when he's ready. He wants to fight a whole bunch of different people, like Henry Cejudo, who was the triple champion. He left the sport, but he wants to fight him. But obviously, Yan wants because he was winning 2 rounds. Yeah. He wants his rematch. Like, wouldn't you want your rematch?
Of course.
I think they have to do that again. I think they have to run that one back right away.
They have to,
right, for the belt. Right?
Not right away. Like, you gotta give time to train, like recover and stuff. 'Cause I know fighters, it takes them like a couple of months.
No, yeah. So.
But after that's done,
I meant the first person he fights.
Yeah, I would
for the belt.
I would tune in. For sure for that.
For Yan, yep. Peter Yan. Of course, Aljo shout out, and then we got a little bit of the women's, the NCAA. They're gonna announce the tournament bracket.
About time.
March 13th. So we're going to be seeing that bracket.
That's in 3 days.
On that night, it's 3 days, but from where we are now, we recorded this on the 10th. We're going to see because they have some potential. Like UConn started, really, really heating up. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see if Paige and those the Huskies really come out on top. They are number 1 ranked going in. Stanford, of course.
I got Baylor.
You got Baylor going?
Baylor's looking tough. I got Baylor winning it all.
They're not in the top 5, but that doesn't matter to you.
What that mean?
That don't mean nothing, right? Rankings ain't nothing but a number.
They won last year.
Ain't nothing but a number, man.
Yeah, they got that championship. I mean, so does UConn, but
what about the top 5? Okay, UConn, Stanford, NC State, Texas A&M. I've watched Texas A&M. I haven't watched NC State. And then they have South Carolina at the 5. Of course, South Carolina.
I watched a little bit of South Carolina, but I've been watching like Louisville and Kentucky for some reason. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Louisville especially has gotten some coverage. And that's no disrespect, but I'm saying that because I live in New York, and those are 2 Kentucky teams. So it's like for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason. Yeah. No, I agree. Of course, like since we're from New York, we're gonna get most of the UConn stuff. Like UConn's gonna be in our face all day. We watch SNY and all those.
UConn, St. John.
And
Syracuse.
Something actually also happened in the world of sports, which is huge in my opinion. I'm a big NHL fan. I've been loving the NHL since I was a kid. A big fan of the New York Islanders, and
I like the jerseys.
Who are the Islanders?
Most
NHL jerseys in general.
There's a bunch of teams I could.
You can get who has the? You know who has a nice jersey? The Golden Knights. Vegas Golden Knights. Maxone actually got a jersey.
I like the retro Rangers jerseys too.
I hate that it's the Rangers, but they do have some good looks.
Jerseys is fire. Detroit Wings. Everyone had the San Jose Sharks snapbacks.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Classic.
He said the snapbacks though. No, those were some dark times. But anyways, the NHL deal. They're going back to ESPN. They haven't been with ESPN since 2004. So national television, big broadcasts. And why am I so excited? I'm an Islanders fan, like I said. Barry Trotz has won a Stanley Cup with the Capitals.
Yeah.
Brought the Islanders to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. The Islanders are moving into a new stadium.
Yup.
In Belmont, New York. So with the Islanders moving to a new stadium, and the NHL is now being put and brought in to the home of ESPN, there's going to be so much Islander coverage nationwide. People are going to know about Matthew Barzal. People are going to know about Varlamov.
The other day was crazy.
Was that?
That goal he scored the other day was crazy.
Between the legs.
That was crazy.
Matthew Barzal he poke checked it. He got the puck away from the defender, got the puck, steamed towards the goalie, put the puck between his legs, shot it, all in one, just beautiful. It was one of the best goals I've ever seen in that uniform.
For real?
Yeah. I honestly, in all my years of watching the Islanders, Tavares was really good, but there was nothing like that play right there. I have never seen that from Islander. I've never seen something so saucy and so spectacular.
Yeah, he wilded out.
He bugged out. And that's what we're going to expect to see, especially if he's on ESPN. Come on now. You on national television. You were going to go crazy.
They were doing NBC, right? They were on NBC.
Yeah, they were on NBC. Oh, and this deal, yeah. So let me look at some of the details. So it's a joint effort with ABC, ESPN, obviously Disney, right?
They're cousins.
So yeah, for real.
They're cousins.
It's the cousin that is better than you in a way.
What?
For ESPN and Disney, you're talking about, right?
All right, so Disney is the uncle.
Disney's the uncle?
Disney's the uncle.
Which uncle is he though? Like if you have a family of 5, there's one uncle that.
No, I'm just thinking. Nah.
He be showing up late. He be showing up late, and then when he gets there, nobody cares because he's so cool.
Disney's a rich uncle.
Disney's the rich uncle. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what that feels like.
ESPN's a cousin, so of course that means they're the uncle's kids, so they're rich too. And
it's true.
And ABC is also.
ABC's
they're all rich, honestly.
Bro,
they're all
that is the royal family right there. Yeah, just because we're in the times of talking about the royal family.
All of it anyway.
Disney. I can't believe they took over sports.
I want to unshout out the royal family.
Unshout out the royal family. That's just
shout out.
Yeah,
they're wild.
No, yeah, absolutely. I felt like it was just the right time to say it, right? Because
sickening.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just one of those things that we knew was probably happening.
I know.
But now when you got Oprah, it's just everything on the hugest platform in the world, a global platform.
Yeah.
To hear from them was like, wow, like that's crazy,
Why am I not shocked? Why am I not shocked?
So, with the end of the NHL talk, we got Dak Prescott, who I've been told I look like. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't see it.
When I'm on the football field throwing darts, you feel me? 4 years, $160 million, rich man.
42 million. The first 42 million a year over the first 3 seasons, with 75 million in the first season, and the $66 million signing bonus.
Oh my God.
I think we're gonna name this episode "Break the Bank."
Yeah, break the bank.
Break the bank, or bring in the Brinks trucks, because that's crazy.
Bring in the Brinks. Yeah. Bring the Brinks.
Bring in the Brinks.
I like that. Miss, you like that?
I like that.
Bringing the Brinks.
Bringing the Brinks.
Dak is bringing the Brinks. 4 year, 160. I thought that he was gonna get tagged.
Yeah.
I was confused on what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
It would have seemed like a Jerry Jones move.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah, for sure.
But this was something that was surprising, bro. 4 years, 160 after the injury, the devastating injury that he had, and the way that we think about how the NFL teams and ownerships talk about their players, or not talk about, but show us how they think about their players. And usually it's not in the most positive light.
Yeah. I don't even like the Cowboys. I'm a Giants fan. And the Cowboys talk the most mess, and they haven't won since I don't know when. But that's another topic for another day.
You can talk. Listen,
nah,
they have a black quarterback that just got paid.
I'm proud of that.
After a gruesome injury, I wouldn't have seen that coming. Not in the NFL.
I'm proud of Dak.
And for it to be the Cowboys?
I'm proud of Dak for real, though, because before he got hurt, he had an MVP season in my eyes. I was jacking him as my too early MVP before the injury.
Well, I know why. I had him on fantasy, bro. Yeah. I had Zeke, I had Dak, I had CD, and those 3 Cowboys, even though they were losing those games, it was great because they were losing. They needed offense. They needed big plays. And Dak was going to give that to you.
Yeah, facts.
He was giving it to them. Every team he played in the first quarter of the season was dominating offensively. It's hard to play quarterback when you have, your defense isn't the best, right?
Yeah.
But his stats he was going to blow up his stats.
His stats was phenomenal.
If you need him to go downfield twice in the fourth quarter,
he really improved.
He's going to do that.
He really improved that this season too. But I seen this press conference of him talking about the money, obviously, because if you're new to sports, that's what they do when you announce a new deal. He was like, if Alex Smith could do it, I can. I can do it, because he was like, Alex Smith's injury was way worse than mine.
Wow.
And he came back, and he was like, he feels insulted when people say they gambled on him.
Wow.
Yeah, because Dak.
So he kind of drew inspiration from the vet.
Because honestly, I always said Dak wasn't a top 10 quarterback, but he showed me this year he's a top 10 quarterback, and he's really valuable to that.
He takes care of the ball. He's gonna make the smart play, right? And that's what you kind of hope for nowadays, because it's so much more fun and exciting, and the endorsements are through the roof when you're making these crazy plays.
Yeah.
But Dak's gonna get you the simple ones. He's gonna do the simple things for you, and that's what wins games.
Yeah, facts.
And in terms of the injury, I think it's interesting that he brought up Alex Smith, because he could have really just talked about himself the whole time and talked about how his injuries affected him.
Yeah.
And talk about how hurt he got and where he's at. But the first thing that he's thinking about after signing a deal is Alex Smith's injury and how much worse Alex Smith was.
Yeah.
That's just a role model for him.
Yeah, he was basically saying like God wouldn't put him through this if he couldn't handle it. So he was. The press conference sound real inspirational, humbled, and I feel like when he comes back, he's gonna come back a different beast.
I hope so. I wonder what is the timetable on him.
I don't know.
So that's another thing, right? Is the timetable?
But listen, Dak, take your time, bro.
He got signed.
Your health is way more important.
But man, he's gonna come. He's coming back with vengeance, though.
He's gonna be fine.
He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back with vengeance, though.
He'll be fine.
He's the type. I feel like he doesn't play this game for money. He plays it for money. Obviously, he's getting paid. But I feel like there's more to it. There's more to it.
Listen, Dak is a leader because when he got hurt, he was at every practice, every game. He's a leader. He didn't let the injuries stop him.
He didn't pull a Matt Harvey for the Mets when Matt Harvey was hurt, and he was going to Yankee games. No, he went with Derek Jeter the farewell tour game. So
wouldn't. That's history, though.
You got the hat on. You got the hat on, man. Like,
do you get mad at that though?
I watched the game too, and I'm a Mets fan. So, did I get mad at it? Did I get mad at Matt Harvey?
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like,
I wasn't.
Get mad at that?
I wasn't big on Matt Harvey and his like tail end.
Yeah. That
didn't get me upset because I said, listen, like I only brought that up because like that's the first person I thought about when you said Dak Prescott does come to practice when he's hurt. Dak does go to games when he's hurt, but when the Mets are playing, that's where Matt Harvey was, and that's baseball. But like he got a lot of criticism for it. Personally, it's Derek Jeter, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro, it's Derek Jeter. Like,
that's history.
You're not going to see that again.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, these professional athletes are just a bunch of big ass kids, and they want to see the GOAT still play. Like,
and he got a game-winning RBI.
Yeah,
it was a good game.
Yeah. Not you talking about the last game, his last game ever, or the last game at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, got a game-winning RBI.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
And I'm sure Matt Harvey took all the beating from the media and press and people like us. Because he basically was like, all right, okay. I watched Derek Jeter get a game-winning RBI in his last game at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, well.
He can say that for the rest of his life.
Exactly.
Oh, well. But that's like Dak saying, that's like, who did Dak model himself at? Who does Dak look up to in the league that's a quarterback? I feel like that's a question that I wouldn't even know the answer to.
I don't even know the answer to that.
Right?
Because like most of the quarterbacks are young.
Who does he remind you of?
Dak?
Yeah. Dak reminds me of like maybe you watched like Donovan McNabb growing up too.
Yeah, I could see that Donovan McNabb. I could see.
That's like if Donovan McNabb was like, and I'm not comparing Donovan McNabb to Derek Jeter, first off, in terms of career, but I'm gonna talk about like if Donovan McNabb was like playing his last game ever, right, and it just happened to be like, say a playoff game. And it was on Friday night, and Dak had a game on like Sunday.
Yeah. And
Dak was still hurt, but he decides, okay, they have practice Friday, they have walkthroughs Friday, but this game is Friday, and I haven't played in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Come on now. You haven't played in a month.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Listen. I'm all about being there for your team. I have never been a part of a pro sports team.
Yeah.
College, you better be there for your teammates. Like get there, right?
You have to.
This is yeah. But I can't speak for pros, but I assume that the amount of time that they take being a professional athlete, especially in season, and then the 1 year you get hurt. You're going to take as much time while you're hurt as possible to enjoy life.
There's athletes that go home and watch the game, and like you'll see on Instagram they're watching the game. Like I remember Jamal Adams this year. Was it Jamal Adams? Yeah, he had his helmet on. The game. So it's like there's different ways you can support, even though you don't.
That picture had a lot of speculation around it. That's all I'm gonna say. The picture with Jamal Adams with his helmet.
Allegedly.
I'm gonna talk. He had the allegedly.
Yeah.
That picture was comedy. I'm not gonna say it.
Allegedly. He had a blunt. Allegedly. Right?
Allegedly, and then reposted it. And then repost as if you don't have.
You can do that in Seattle, right? You can do that in Washington, right? That's legal?
But it was the repost for me, Malik. It was the repost for me, bro.
That's legal, right?
But why he deleted it?
You know why he deleted it. You know why.
Yeah, I know why. I'm not gonna act stupid. I'm not gonna act stupid, bro. But yeah, no,
come on, Blitz boy.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, you know, I'm sure, like, Dak, even if he doesn't come back right away, I feel like he's going to be the guy that's supporting them the most. Like, I feel like he's going to be on the sidelines, at the practices, still, after getting paid, because he wants to make a statement, and that's just who he is. You know? That's just who he is.
Yeah, because Cowboys were...
Other than Dak, though, that was a big signing. We're talking about franchise tags and the free agency. I know the big one for me was Godwin.
Yeah.
Well, you have Shaquille Barrett still. He still needs a contract, and he's 28 years old.
Yeah, but they did it on purpose.
Do you believe that they're going to sign Shaquille?
Yeah. Because Godwin said, they asked him a question like a couple of days after the Super Bowl, would you care if you got tagged? He said no. I don't care if I get tagged.
Okay. So that's respectable. It must be being a part of a Super Bowl team in the offseason after the Super Bowl. That must feel good.
It's such a high.
That must feel good. He's like, I don't care if I get free. I just want to be part of this. I just want to be a part of the winning. You feel me? That's got to be.
But Shaquille has to get paid. Shaquille Barrett has to get paid.
He has to.
That's a different type of thing.
Yeah.
That's quarterback money right there. Damn man.
He's 28. So, and with today's technology and Shaquille Barrett, you know, with today's technology, at 28 years old, the way he plays the game, he could play for a little while. He's explosive as hell.
That man gonna get paid.
You got to get, you know, for at least 3 years, you have to sign him for at least 3 years.
5.
I don't know if their cap space. I don't know if their cap space is.
I don't know what their cap space look like.
I got their cap room
Too much
right
numbers
here.
for me.
Buccaneers. They have. Ooh. They're low on cap right now. It looks like they're in the $5 million range.
They'll make it work.
Yeah, the last DN signed was Myles Garrett and Nick Bosa.
They're not going to be able to sign him.
Both of them were $100 million guaranteed.
They're not going to be able to sign Shaquille.
$100 million guaranteed for the last two.
They have to make room. They have to make room for him. And what is making room for them, right? You can't release these guys to the Super Bowl team.
Redoing his contract.
Yeah.
They're going to try to make room. Hopefully, it's up to Shaquille at this point, because you know the Colts, they're bidding. They're big bidders right now. Big bidders right now.
The thing is, if it's close, the money that they're offering compared to Tampa, he's going to end up staying in Tampa because there's no state tax. So his money. Money's somewhat close.
That is true.
So yeah, if you can't hear Mason, he said, you know, since there's no state tax, the income tax, you don't have to go full. You don't have to go all out. You just have to get him there. You just have to get him to the point where there's a competition for a team that's maybe putting more money on the line for you, but they're in a state that takes tax, so they'll take you know, a good amount of your money, right? So if you're a New York Giant player, if you have an $8 million contract, that's way less than an $8 million contract if you played in Tampa, or if you played in Houston. We got some franchise tags, and the way that franchise tags work is
I hate it.
There's the average. So it basically,
I hate it.
The point of a franchise tag is to be able to structure a contract later and keep you for the now. That's the overall goal.
Stupid.
So a franchise tag is 1 year, and you get paid the same. You get paid the average salary of the top 5 people at your particular position. Okay, so every team gets one, and that's it. No, you don't get any more than one franchise tag. There was one time where the Jets were in a position where they ended up franchise tagging a kicker, which it's just the Jets move. I think that was Nick Folk back in the day. But you could franchise tag literally anybody.
I really hate the franchise tag so bad, son. Like, just pay the man.
They get paid good, and it's all guaranteed money, but that's 1 year. So they're saying basically especially like a running back position, where Le'Veon Bell went through that, where it's like he knows he could get hurt at any given moment, but they're not trying to sign him for the big run. They want to sign him for 1 year at a time because they want to know when he gets hurt. You feel me? So that's why I don't personally like the franchise tag.
That's exactly the reason why I don't like it either.
You know? Or at least make the franchise tag, make him seem like a franchise player. Kind of give him, all right, you're signed for 3 years, and then have some contract negotiation throughout to where there's a trade clause. Mm-hmm. You can't be, 1 year really for a sport and a profession that is so taxing into, on the body, where injuries can happen at any given moment. It could be severe, or death even, and you're gonna give him 1 year. There's always gonna be discussions about that with the NFLPA. And we have to just keep our eye on that. If you don't like it, you could say something, and we could try to. The players have to do it though. It has to come from the players and the PA. So they have to be the ones fighting to say, we don't like this franchise tag. If you want to make a franchise tag better, let's do it. But right now, it's not. People don't like it. Yeah. Except for Chris Godwin, he wants to be a part of the Super Bowl team. He wants to get re-signed, right?
He said run it back.
So I have a list from CBS. Justin Simmons got franchise tagged. He's definitely I think he's all pro.
He's a bowler.
Yeah, he's a bowler. Safety for the Broncos, right?
Yep, Broncos franchise tagged him. Right, and then the tackle for the Panthers, Taylor Martin.
Okay.
So he's a vet. Marcus May for the Jets. I do like Marcus May. I like Marcus May.
He's a dog.
Hopefully, I don't know if Ashton Davis is coming back, but he's definitely gonna hold it down for the back end for the Jets. He's the one that
Marcus May
that can hold it down. The Giants, your New York Giants, Mason's New York Giants, Leonard Williams, the D tackle. He's gonna get paid eventually, I think.
Yeah. After we wanted to drop him. Now we've tagged him.
They wanted to drop Leonard Williams?
It was the Jets' crumbs.
Yeah.
He felt us.
And we wanted to drop him. We wanted to cut him.
But you guys wanted to cut him because of money, right?
Money reasons.
Yeah, money reasons.
Yeah.
Right,
that makes sense. Brandon Sheriff, for the Washington football team. That's a great re-sign.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna try to sign him long term as well.
You have to,
because he's young.
You have to.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they've signed Chris Godwin to a franchise tag. So they tagged Chris Godwin, like we just said. Cam Robinson, the tackle for the Jaguars, he was tagged. Chicago Bears, Allen Robinson, he was tagged. We'll see. We'll see.
He don't want to be there. Like, they know he doesn't want to be there. Why do they do it?
That's the annoying part about the franchise tag.
He doesn't want to. Like, they know he doesn't want to be there.
That could be a sign and trade. That could be a sign and trade, though.
You want to hold on to him until they try to get Russ over there. Keep him happy. See if they can do it.
Russ,
Watson.
The Russ talk is comedy. I don't know.
They're gonna do it, Kyle.
I don't know. I feel like Russell Wilson, he does love Seattle. I mean, he just wants them to get better support.
They're not.
He's out.
It's not that easy to get linemen, but
it's not.
He's a baller, bro. If he goes to Chicago, and
with that defense,
before.
If he goes to Chicago with that defense.
What do you think, before the trade deadline or before the season starts?
Season. Yeah. If he goes to Chicago with that defense,
he's staying. Allen Robinson wants to stay at that point.
If he goes to Chicago with that defense, we're gonna see like Russell Wilson from Legion of Doom days.
Yeah, exactly. You have defense behind him.
Yeah, it's over.
I respect that.
Pete Carroll's all about run the ball and have good defense, but your running backs are always hurt, and they don't have a defense like they used to.
They should have ran the ball against the Patriots. That's another story for another day.
Yeah, they should have. And we should end the episode because I'm tired. And
you're fired.
I think that I could go to sleep tonight very easily knowing that my Colts are in a good position right now. That the Islanders are in a good position right now. That my Mets are looking beautiful as ever. Cracking stuff. Smacking it. Hearing Jacob deGrom's fastball popping the catcher's mitt right now. I think I could go to bed feeling good. How's your sleep going to be, Malik? How's it gonna be?
It's gonna be good.
You thinking about Miami Heat? Thinking about your
top 4.
Thinking about your Yankees that are paying $14 million in the bullpen that is hurt right now or suspended. Hurt and suspended, I should say.
What do you mean about suspended?
Chapman, right?
So what? It's only 2 games.
Okay, all right, but no, there's also, I think you guys also have some injuries in the bullpen that you guys have to get sorted out.
Okay, Zach Britton.
What did Zach Britton do?
He got right knee surgery, I think.
You gonna be dreaming about that?
Listen, I'm gonna be dreaming about 28. While y'all trying to dream for 3. 3.
Listen.
Same with the Knicks. 3.
I'm gonna savor that 3. I'm gonna savor that 3. I'm gonna savor it. So yeah, and the Knicks are in the best position they've been in a while. So I think
3. The chase for 3.
We gotta end the episode on a good note, and that is, let's go Knicks, baby.
We'll catch y'all later. Blasphemy.
All right, y'all.